So you might be wondering, who is this doing a video like this? Also, you probably hear my TV going on in the background. Well, my name is Kiana, and ignoring my other previous videos, please do, because I just want to ignore them. Um, I'm just gonna be doing something because I'm really bored. I'm gonna be analyzing the Jeff the Killer story, JTK, of course. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be analyzing that story because it doesn't seem logical. I know it's for fun, and this analysis is for fun as well. So first, we should talk about the plausibility of what happened in the story actually ever happening. So, quick summary of the story. There was this kid, Jeffrey Woods, um, who was like around 15 years old, 15, 16, you know, and, he lived with his older brother and his mom and his dad. And one day his parents went out and they left his older brother, Lou, in charge. Yes, his brother Lou is older. I know the whole fandom thinks he's younger, but he's not. But yeah, so they left his older brother Lou in charge, and then that's when things start happening. Basically, his house gets ransacked by a bunch of people who basically, I guess they were bullies. And the story goes on, blah blah. He gets burned and bleached, and he realizes that his parents are bad people, and he kills his brother, and he kills his mom and his dad, and then he basically goes insane and runs away. Now, let's check out the plausibility of any of this happening. First, yes, there is a possibility that his parents would leave and leave Lou in charge, because Lou, I think I remember him being about 18 in the story. And, with Lou being that age, of course they would leave him in charge. Now, I feel like that if he was to be real, if the Woods brothers were to be real, first, they would they would probably make sure that the house was like better protected than it was, because people shouldn't be able to like easily break into the house, first of all. And Lou should have been taking better care of Jeff. Also, there is no plausibility that if you pour bleach on yourself and then set yourself on fire, that you will turn white. In fact, the only way for your whole body to, get scarred up and spread is if your hair and your head caught on fire and then it spreads. And then you wouldn't survive. You would most likely die. And by then, you should already have the fire out, because any crazy person knows that you have to put out the fire unless you're like tied up. Also, there isn't like Jeff would most likely have lost a lot of blood from cutting the smile on his face. Yeah, so he would either be sent to the hospital and, and then a mental institution. Also, since he killed his parents and his older brother, then you would have like there would be people finding him. They would either already have found him, or they would be on the search for him, because you could already tell that the story is not set in the Renaissance and not set like all the way back in the time where TV was new and in black and white. It was set not close to the current time, like here in 2016, close to 2017, somewhere around like somewhere in the 2000s. But yeah, so They wouldn't have found him easily, I know that, but they would have found him soon enough. Probably, like, from 3 weeks to a month, most likely. Because he wouldn't be able to last that long, killing all these people without any sort of punishment. Especially his own parents. And, DNA. Now, I know there's slender rules that involve. When I say slender rules, and yes, I will be posting more videos and using that term. Slender rules is basically where you can turn a regular human being and you could turn them into something basically impossible, like how Jeff is supposed to have unlimited strength and he's supposed to be immortal and never trace DNA. But this is an analysis, so we're gonna discard all the slender rules and we're gonna basically go by regular stuff. He would most likely leave DNA from traces of hair because he could possibly be stressed out by doing this and hair would fall out, or his own blood because his mouth would still be bleeding by then. And fingerprints. Lots and lots of fingerprints. And, there would most likely be some sort of ash from his hair falling down. Also, it states that he's supposed to have blonde hair. I mean, not blonde. What the heck? He's supposed to have brown hair with blue eyes, and then because of the chemical reaction of the bleach and the fire, that it changed him to have black hair and brown eyes. And no, first that wouldn't happen. Also, he wouldn't be able to successfully cut out his eyelids without cutting some sort of eye out or like burning them off, and even then he would most likely fail at that. Unless he's in Tiki Toby's sort of case, because there is an actual condition that can make you immune to pain. Like all your nerves are shut off. So, but they don't explain that he has that, so I'm gonna say that he's not immune to pain and he can feel pain just like everyone else. So, he would most likely fail at the attempt of either cutting off his eyelids and possibly be blind in like both eyes, partially possibly, or he wouldn't have done it at all, because there is no possible way that a guy can successfully cut off their eyelids that I haven't learned about yet. After this video, I will do more research and possibly make a part 2 of this so then I can clear everything up. This is just for fun. The second video might actually be for real. But yeah. Also, okay, if he were to cut his mouth open, you see how they showed, if you look in a picture, you see how one part is showed. So either he cut off pieces of skin that would have been found. He either cut off that, or he cut so far that it made it look like he cut off pieces that would have been found. That is sort of a major flaw there. Because first, in pictures, you see that he still has the cheek skin. He still has the inside of the cheek, which doesn't make sense. Cheek muscle, whatever you're gonna call it. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, he still has that part, which means he must have cut off some sort of skin to keep that there, but still have a part showing. In other pictures, though, you can see that he cut that all off. You can see his teeth and stuff. Also, his nose. There is no possible way, unless he was literally harshly burned, like seriously severely burned, that his nose would fade into, and even then, he would possibly be at a hospital, or better yet, mental asylum if that happened. He wouldn't be allowed to be seen or caught. Again, this video is for fun. None of the facts that I say should